I'd like to think that I'm a visionary, a dreamer, a thinker. Growing up, I always imagined myself living inside a world filled with robots and cyborgs. My parents says that I am special, but everyone else thinks otherwise. I would always get bullied at school, and people would call me a freak. I didn't know why, but I was just glad to have parents who accepted me. At that time, I thought that all I needed was my family. Now I'm 18, and I hate to say this, but I realized my family wasn't normal. They weren't like me, and sometimes I'd catch them looking at me suspiciously. At night, they sneak into my room, check my devices, and whisper things I didn't understand. Things like,
"Make sure you cannot reach her. Are you sure you should still keep her?"
every day, I find myself thinking about my family, wondering if I was brainwashed by them. Their actions were always suspicious, and I felt like they're hiding things from me. One day, I received an email that confirmed all of my suspicions. The letter says that I was adopted and I needed to get rid of the people whom I called my parents. There was also a document labeled Crimes attached at the bottom of the email, so I clicked into the link and expected an article to pop up. Instead, it was a loading screen. The camera flash also turned on, and I stared into the bright light for a second before returning to the screen. I looked into the loading bar and waited for the document to load, reading the random messages that pop in here and there. "We've waited for you. The truth will be revealed." One particularly caught my attention, which reads, "You will soon enter a world which you belong to." I didn't think much of it and continued to study the loading screen when suddenly my parents rushed into my room. They screamed when they saw me looking at my laptop and immediately threw the device into my trash bin. I was really shocked. I wondered if everything I knew about them was a lie and they're actually horrible criminals. At that moment, I felt dizzy, and the last thing I heard before falling out of consciousness was the sound of sirens getting louder. Waking up, I found myself strapped onto a bed with doctors staring down at me. I thought to myself, this is it. These people are going to erase my memory. But as my eyes adjusted to the faces of these people, I realized they didn't look angry but rather worried. A doctor patted me in the arm, telling me to get some rest, and said that the nurse would be measuring my heart rate to see if my body needs medication. Across the room, I heard my father's concerned voice asking the doctor a weird question.
"Is she infected? We clearly shut down the device."
The doctor answers, "Results will come in soon, but it seems like she's working fine." She paused and added, "Does the girl know the truth?" Before I could process what was going on, I heard a beeping sound somewhere far away, and a voice rang through my head.
"Destructive mode activated."
The nurse beside me let out a bloody scream. After he measured my heart, I looked over to the heart monitor. My heart rate was 0. A smile crept onto my face. As I said earlier, I am special. I was programmed to be, and you will be special too. Thank you.